complete review of the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990. At Basel World 2014, Patek Philippe broke the mold somewhat by launching not one but two complicated steel timepieces. If you enjoy this video and would like to see us keep putting out this content, please click the thumbs up and subscribe button down below. And don't forget, Chrono Hunter is the smarter way to buy or sell a luxury watch. Simply visit www.chronohunter.com to enter the details of the watch to receive multiple offers from our network of reputable watch retailers. By far the biggest head turner of the two was the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990. In this review, we will detail why it's been one of the most sought after Patek Philippe watches in recent years and why it continues to command an impressive price tag. As a successor to the 5980, it should come as no surprise that the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990 is as impressive as it is durable. Like its predecessor, the 5990 offers chronograph functionality, but with the welcome addition of a double time zone display. While the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990 isn't necessarily the most complex of the Nautilus models, that award goes to the 5740, it's a close enough second. Crucially, it weighs in at less than half the price of the 5740, which makes it practical, affordable and certainly desirable if you're in the market to buy a Patek Philippe watch. When you first cast eyes over the 5990, you'd be forgiven for thinking that it closely resembles other Nautilus models. A steel case which is slightly larger than normal, measuring 40.5mm from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock, it's also slightly thicker than previous Nautilus models, measuring in at just over 12.5mm. Despite this increase in size, the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990 is still incredibly compact for such a complicated timepiece. It's worth pointing out that there's little variation on offer with the 5990. It's not available in any other finish apart from steel, and is only available with a black gradient dial. It does of course feature the embossed Nautilus signature pattern, which Patek Philippe fans will be all too familiar with. The face features a dual time display in the center, with the date situated on a sub-dial positioned at 12 o'clock. The date is set to change per the local time display to avoid any confusion when making use of the dual time capability. There's also a series of day and night indicators which sit just below the center axis. The local daytime indicator sits at 9 o'clock, while the home time indicator sits at 3 o'clock. During the daytime, these appear white, turning blue in the evening. Hour markers and local hour-minute hands feature a luminescent coating, which again will be familiar to those who've owned a Nautilus in the past. At this point, you may be thinking, what's changed? Which is where the 60-minute hourly chronograph counter comes in. Situated at 6 o'clock, the chrono counter is complemented perfectly by a central chronograph second hand. There's a nice little touch here in the form of a counterweight which is used on each chronograph hand. Both chronograph hands feature the same shape of lancet. This is a nice subtle touch which denotes they belong to the same complication. The familiar Nautilus bump on the left-hand side of the watch case has been split into two buttons. The travel hand will jump with each press of the button, allowing those on the move to easily set the local time in their current destination. Those who don't need to track a second time zone can simply hide the travel hand beneath the main hour hand, which helps things from getting too confusing. The ease of use of the Patek Philippe 5990 is certainly what endears it to watch fans. Yes, it's a complicated piece of engineering. No, it's not complicated to understand or operate. While it's worth pointing out that none of the complications used here are unique to the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990, the way they have been combined is a first for the company. To achieve this, Patek Philippe had to develop an all-new movement. Say hello to the Caliber CH28520C FUS. The base of the 5990 is essentially unchanged from the previous 5980 model and involves a chronograph mechanism, complete with innovative disc clutch and column wheel design. The dual time zone complication has been borrowed from the 5164A Aquanaut. Ultimately, the 5990 combines sporting complications from two of the most attractive and versatile designs in watchmaking, which is more than enough for most timepiece fans. Movement buffs will no doubt be interested in the addition of the FUS to the caliber title. This is in reference to the travel time mechanism, which allows the wearer to adjust the local hour hand backwards or forwards in 1 hour increments. The difference here is that this mechanism is completely isolated from the going train. Ultimately, this means that the amplitude of balance won't be impacted when you engage the mechanism. What's equally impressive is that the incorporation of the time travel mechanism required the addition of no less than 47 extra parts. Yet the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990 is just 0.3 thicker than the 5980. The steel bracelet on the Nautilus 5990 is one of the most impressive in the Patek Philippe catalogue. It boasts beautifully finished polished edges, mirror-like center links and carefully brushed sides. This combination of finishes works impeccably well with the mixed finishes of the case and nicely completes the steel aesthetic of the 5990, wound automatically via a rather heavy central rotor, which is finished in 21 karat gold. This rotor beats at a steady 28,800 VPH and has a power reserve of 55 hours. As is par for the course, the movement bears the renowned Patek Philippe seal. It has been lovingly finished with Geneva striping along the chamfered bridges, in addition to Geneva circular graining which adorns the rotor. The Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990 entered the market in 2014 at £40,800. As a steel Nautilus, you won't find a brand new 5990 via an authorized channel, regardless of how hard you try. As a result, the 5990 can be a difficult model to track down, with prices on the secondary market starting at around £80,000. While this might not be what you wanted to hear if you're looking to purchase a 5990, it's almost certainly great news for those looking to sell a Patek Philippe watch, particularly if you've got a steel Nautilus model. Each of the above elements combines to create what must be one of the most appealing Patek Philippes in recent years. It's incredibly comfortable to wear and lends itself to all styles and occasions. In years to come, mark our words, this watch will make it onto the must-have list for timepiece enthusiasts around the world, and perhaps the time to act is now. The Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990 is in limited supply, despite having mass market appeal, which means demand is currently at an all-time high. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this watch, so make sure to leave a comment below. And if you've enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe below. If you're looking to buy or sell a luxury watch, head over to www.chronohunter.com and we'll be happy to bring you multiple offers from our network of luxury watch retailers.